Okay, so now let's have a talk on NASDAQ. Maybe we can look at the USD as well while we're on that. So I remember last week, Friday, before NFP, I did drop a video on NASDAQ. That's when we did this analysis. We were talking about it coming and retesting here, and then you can catch the second trade after the break and the retest of here. So we can see that we did manage to get that break and the retest of there, which means that we are gonna get more continuations to the upside, right? Perfect. So now let's go maybe to hourly, because on our hourly time frame, that's when we can be able to see more of these things. So if we look at where the price is now, or where the price is trading now, this is where we want to get the most out of this trade. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, because this is where I'm gonna be looking for my trade. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight here. So this is gonna be my POI. Okay, so this is gonna be my point of interest for this week on NASDAQ. So the moment we tap around this price here, I'm gonna be looking for buys on it, and then we can have the stop loss right below those lows, and then we target the highs. Okay, still gonna target the same highs, which is gonna be around 3700. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be going for. So here's my parameters per se. So we are gonna be looking for an entry around 29,657, and then we're gonna put our SL around 29,492, and then we're gonna target 30,774. Okay, so that's what we are gonna be going forward with on these trades. Okay, that's what we are gonna be looking forward into. No other ways. We are gonna target those trades like that. Okay, that's how we are gonna target those trades. So we are gonna be going for those trades just like that. Back to the hourly time frame, you can see the reason why I went to go for this. This is where we just broke and then come and retest, and then what we are looking at here around that price is a recent break of structure. Okay, or we just swept above that liquidity. Okay, so if we are breaking above there, now we are gonna look at this candlestick which made the last push here. You can see we do have a bit of imbalance, and then followed by the order block there. So this way I believe that NASDAQ is gonna try to justify the price and come in, make the tap here, which is gonna be filling or mitigating the imbalance here, and also tapping on our point of interest there before we start continuing up. Okay, so on NASDAQ, either you like it or not, we are still bullish. We are gonna be looking for bullish continuations, and I believe more buys are gonna present themselves the moment we break this level here. Okay, we're gonna see more buys presenting themselves. Okay, the moment we break that high there, we're gonna see more buys presenting themselves, because when we break, we retest, and then we continue. So what I'm looking for here, a deep back here, mitigate this area, and then we buy from there, continuously moving to the upside. Okay, so I believe we are gonna see the same case scenario if we are looking at things like the USD. We should see the same thing also on it. We might just go a bit lower on the USD than we can go lower on NASDAQ. Here we can go even lower, because looking at it here, we do have this area of liquidity here, which we might see it getting swept or being tampered with before we start seeing a real swing on the USD. Before we can start trading going to the upside, there is a high possibility of this market retracing all the way back below this area, then reclaim it before it continues. Okay, so it's some of the things that I will definitely look into if I am about to trade USD. So looking at this push from here all the way to the high, you can tell this is the 71% of the Fibonacci retracement, and then this was the 61%. So we still have a solid push up here after tapping here and looking at this might act as an order block, which means that now this is gonna bring us to the point that now we are diving back deep inside. I can look at this area here. Okay, I can look at this area here, that the moment we break above it, the moment we break and retest above it, we can still take buys based on that. Okay, we can take buys from there, and then more buys are gonna be presented the moment we break the current high that we have right around there. Okay, and then once we break it, there's a high chance of dipping all the way and retesting this structure here, because this drop here happened and then it was just signaling the fact that there is a lot of liquidity pool just resting around that area there, or a lot of orders which were executed around that area there, because you can see the volatility peak there. The moment the market started rejecting, you can see how it was moving there, which means that the battle of buyers and sellers were engaged from here at this price, and then we can see how the market started dropping the moment we see that tag of war ending there, and then the push down was so volatile. So we are seeing the same dramatic movements here. You can see the market's indecision here. So if we start by pushing down, take out that liquidity, and then we reclaim and retest, and then we start pushing back up, which is going to be the 71% of the Fibonacci retracement, we might see a lot of push to the upside, which is going to lead on the all-time high break, and then a retest, and then a continuous push to the upside. So that's also one of the things that I'm seeing when I'm looking at the USD now, and what I believe that we might get to see later on during this week. USD also remains bullish, just like NASDAQ. Okay, so these are the things that we are gonna be on a watch out for. Okay, when it comes to gold, NASDAQ, USD, we are gonna be looking for a lot of bullish momentum out of these things. I was looking also at the gold, like I said on the previous video that I showed on gold, that gold has more potential of just retracing back down here first, and then after that it's gonna go for a bullish push, which is gonna break that high and then give us a continuous move to maybe 4,450 to 4,500. We'll see as the week unfold.